Hey guys, it's Kristen with Kristen Live Acres. In today's video, I'm going to discuss what you must prep in 2021 and planting seeds for disaster survival food. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Number one, meat. Whether it's canned or dried meat, you need to ensure that you have plenty for your family. Most of what I'm going to go through today is going to be very basic. It's going to be by pounds and by person. So for instance, with meat, you need 20 pounds, and that's per person. So if you have a family of 4, that's 80 pounds. Simple math. When it comes to canned or dried meat, there's beef, chicken, fish, pork, turkey, bacon, beef jerky, pepperoni, etc. Number 2, grains. Rice, pasta, quinoa, oatmeal, wheat flour, any type of thing like that you need to prepare ahead of time, and you need 400 pounds per person. So again, do the math for how many people you have in your family and be sure that you have the proper amount of grains. Number 3, legumes. So this is going to be a combination of lentils, peas, beans, and you need 60 to 80 pounds per person. Just keep in mind that if you're buying dried beans, they're going to be a much better cost per pound. However, you're going to have to remember that you're going to need potable water to soak them in, and it's going to take an extra 24 hours to soak them before you can prepare them. So I always say it's good to have a little bit of both. So if you don't have the time ahead, at least maybe in the beginning, and you just need to get a meal on the table, then if you had some cans to start with, and then you could be soaking the beans every other day so that you're continually having some protein with your meal. Number 4 is powdered milk. Now you need about 16 to 20 pounds per person, and I prefer the Augson Farms, or Augson, however you guys want to say it. It's Augson Farms, and they make a great powdered milk. This is in lieu of if you do not have cows that you can milk, or sheep or goats. Number 5, cooking oils. Whether it's a good combination would be some vegetable oil, extra virgin olive oil, shortening, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. Any of these things, even like mayonnaise or any kind of salad dressing that lasts for a long period of time, are good for not only cooking but flavoring your food. For your cooking oils, 25 pounds per person is recommended on an annual basis. Number 6, salt. Very, very important. You need a good combination of iodized, non-iodized, pink Himalayan salt, sea salt, and spiced salt. And this recommendation is 2 pounds per person. Number 7 is sweeteners. Whether it's molasses, sugar, honey, jams, you want about 60 pounds per person per year. Number 8 is water, and most people know that it's 1 gallon per person per day. Now you're going to need to up that if you have animals. If you have like large dogs, then you need to add an additional gallon for them as well. This will not last long. You cannot keep water very well for long-term storage. So you're going to need to learn how to sanitize and how to filter your water from either a live stream, lake, pond, well, wherever you can find it. Number 9, seeds. Vegetable seeds, fruit seeds. You need to stockpile these now. Not only are they wonderful for starting your own garden and growing your own vegetables and fruit, they're a great way to trade for things that maybe you didn't think of or prepare for. And you need to go ahead and start to learn how to grow a garden now before an SHTF situation. Number 10, medications. So whether they are over the counter, prescription, or antibiotics, you need to go ahead and start stockpiling them now. Add as much as you can every time you go to the grocery store. Add an extra bottle of ibuprofen or Pepto-Bismol or antacids or whatever it is that you think you and or your family will need on a frequent basis. And it's very important, if you currently have a doctor you go to, let them know what you're doing. Let them know that you are preparing for an emergency. It doesn't have to be a zombie apocalypse. It doesn't have to involve the government. It could be a natural disaster. I mean, there's so many emergency situations where there might not be any power or the grid goes down. I've been in one myself going through Hurricane Michael in 2018, and we had no power for 18 days. Go ahead and mention it to your doctor at your next appointment. Hey, I'm preparing for an emergency situation. I'm getting a little bit of a medical kit together, and I would like to put a stockpile of at least 1 week of antibiotics per person in my family. And as long as the doctor that trusts you and that you've been going to for a while, they shouldn't have any problem doing that. So I definitely recommend. All you can do is ask. And if worst case scenario they do not want to do that for you, they do sell fish antibiotics for fish. I know you're going to think I sound crazy, but I've not personally purchased them, but I've heard of a lot of people that have put those in their stockpile in their emergency medical kit when they can't get human antibiotics. So you do the research, and let's move on to the next. 11, fuel and or propane, depending on if you are bugging in or bugging out. If you are bugging in because of a natural disaster, you may need fuel or propane for your generator. If you're bugging out, you may need fuel for your vehicle. So it's very important to have a good combination of both. Number 12, batteries. So while I do like to keep a good supply of solar powered items, such as solar powered lights, solar powered generator, solar powered or crank radios for emergencies, it's also good to have batteries. So you need to look at the flashlights you already own or that you're going to purchase. I need to get the right size batteries for those, as well as a weather radio for backup, and any other device that you think you may need during a disaster. Number 13, bleach. I would recommend 3 gallons per person, and this is for so many different things, but first and foremost, it would be to sanitize your water and also sanitize anything else that comes in contact with bacteria. Very important. Number 14, artillery. So whether it's a shotgun, a pistol, a taser, a stun gun, pepper spray, and if you do carry a gun, make sure you stock up on the proper ammunition. Number 15, fire starters. So whether that is a lighter, matches, flint and steel, it is always good to have one of those or all of them on hand in an emergency situation in order to start a fire, whether you're cooking food to stay warm or to provide light. Number 16, a medic kit. So this is a trauma kit. A boo-boo Band-Aid kit is a good start, but eventually you really need to move into a full trauma kit. If the grid is down or there is no emergency services available, you need to make sure that you can do a few basic stitches, or if somebody is shot, deal with a chest compression wound. There's so many situations where you might need more than, just a little boo-boo kit. So very important to have a full trauma kit and know how to use it. Number 17, cash. You should always keep cash on hand. Yes, you need to keep some cash in the bank, especially if you have bills that come out on a regular basis automatically. You also need to make sure you have, 3 to 6 months of funds in your account to cover a mortgage or rent, utilities, food, that sort of thing. Car insurance, whatever comes out of your account. However, having anything additional than that in your account, if the grid were to go down or an emergency situation happens where the power goes out and the banks are closed, not only will you not be able to get money out of the ATM because they're going to run out, a lot of people won't accept debit cards, so you're going to need cash on hand. And it's best to keep small bills, so just small increments, 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. Number 18, important documents. So it's always good to have, if not the original copies of driver's license, social security cards, birth certificates, deeds to homes, titles to cars, whatever it might be. Shot records. We're not going to go into that today, but, if your children have shot records that are very important, or medical documents showing that they need certain kind of medication, go ahead and make sure you have all of that on hand in a small file in hopefully a waterproof or fireproof document folder. Number 19, books. So if you are not efficient in knot tying, berry picking, telling between a poisonous plant and a non-poisonous plant, how to make water potable, that sort of thing, it would be good to get maybe a couple small books on survival and keep them with you. The best kind are the pocket size. You can buy them at Walmart, I'm sure on Amazon, anywhere you shop. And get a map also of the area that is surrounding you so that you have an idea of where to go in case you cannot stay at your home. Number 20, so I've kind of gone over this, but ensure that you have flashlights, whether they're battery powered or solar powered, a generator, whether radio or ham radio, any kind of communication device, and you want to make sure that you have a plan in place so that your family knows what to do, what to grab, or where to meet up in case of an emergency situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.